Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We're going to break it down for you like we do every single day. Shout out to all the lovers of life. Shout out to my Crypto Lifers. God bless each and every one of you for being here and spreading your love and joy with me every single day. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to have some fun. 12-hour wants to make a big move to the upside. Every time the 12-hour bends like this, we could get a big move. Previous resistance is becoming support. This resistance here at 27.2 has been a strong area. To me, longing that has been fun. I've longed it a few times and taken profits. Every time we get a little bit of a dip, but that honestly, that entry was golden. If you're in with the stop loss below here, it's a golden entry right now and could end up being something pretty big. So you never know. And as we get approached here, we're getting squeezed between the 21 and the 200 SMA. Only time will tell. Let me show you what I'm seeing on the smaller time frames, just so you can see what I see. So here was the deal. We were in this symmetrical triangle, right? After the major dump, I talked about longing it back inside the pattern, or we played this reversal. If you remember, we got in here on the reversal. Boom. That was just crazy volatility, right? With the news coming out, they knew they were going to be able to play on that unemployment information. So we pumped up resistance, right, at this previous level where we had chop at 27,250. If we get above 28,080, all right, that's going to be the weekly resistance. 28,080 is weekly resistance. We get above that, big things can happen. We get above 28,500, big things can happen. So right now the 15-minute is sitting in limbo inside what's called a symmetrical triangle of sorts, but almost a bit of a double top. See that 1, 2? That's bearish to me, right? You have a bearish, basically, M pattern here, and you got rejected twice by 28,050. Couldn't get above it. Just couldn't. Last night we were in a trade. If you remember, we got the spike up, which actually gave us the win for that trade. If anyone was in that little, I was trading this little flag on the 15-minute here. If you remember with us, and we did get the spike to the upside. I went to Staples because I was building, when I was a kid, they labeled me with ADHD, right? And I learned that people who, they claim with my condition, we just need to organize our thoughts. We have more thoughts than most people. That's really what it comes down to. We have more thoughts and ideas. We're actually like idea factories. We have so much pumping through our veins and so much passion and thoughts. I consider it actually a blessing. We can actually think quick too. We have very fast speed in mental ability. We can think very fast. So it can be a hindrance because your brain's moving so fast you can't capture everything. And that's really the problem, I believe, that most people with ADHD have, right? So, of course, I was diagnosed as a kid. They gave me the Ritalin when I was young. But I realized that if I was going to accomplish anything in life, pills weren't going to be able to win. I was going to have to get exercise and focus. And the point of the story is I write things down and I create binders. And I organize my brain inside of a binder, all right? So, actually, I mapped out 2888, made sure I won. Shout out to Redman in the house. God bless you. And where is Juice World, man? Shout out to Trevor McCullough. You should change your name to Juice World here so we can see you. Shout out to the Crazy Joker. Shout out to Dynastic Wolf. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Savage Traders and everybody here kicking it with me on the live. Most of the trading groups out here just watch me and then they put out my... No, I'm just... But I have heard that a lot of people regurgitate my stuff on the low. You know what I mean? Actually, I'm flattered by that. Hola. Good to see you, Sensei. God bless you, my man. Thank you for being here. So we're watching the 15-minute inside of what looks to me like a bit of an M pattern rejection there that could be falling to the downside. We lose this point of control, this red line. We're going to drop down to these vary area lows into these chunks of liquidity. So you can see Bitcoin at 27,598. All right. But what's beautiful is that previous resistance and support, 27.2, is very, very strong. It really is. And until we break that level, I remain bullish on it. So that level is very, 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 very hardcore right here. See, 27.2, very, very hardcore. It suggests that we will go further to the upside. The bigger time frame is in this bigger rising wedge. You see it? Right? And what I'll do, look, I'm going to delete all my work now and just work with you. Have some fun with you. Remember, if you're watching me all the time, I stay on that weekly. All right? That weekly's so important. Watching how the weekly candles expand and move is so, so important. Remember, all these buy pressure to the upside, that's a lot of buy pressure. That tells you it's very unlikely we will break below that level, but you never know. But it's just very unlikely, right? So look, this is why 28.8 right here. See, these are these two candles right there. And you can see if you hover on this candle, it closed at, it opened at 28,065. This candle closed at 28,065. So it's really 28,065. 28. We have the wicks up to 28,350, but these two candles closed. So if we can get a weekly candle to close above these two levels, this is what I'm honing in on. We get a weekly candle to close above that line right there. You know, that can be very, very bullish. We have an indecision doji right now, which means we have wicks on either side. All right. Which actually can be a reversal pattern after a major pump. So we'll see what happens. Major weekly pump, though. It was beautiful. And this weekly candle will close in 1 day, in 10 hours. All right. So I just want you to see that. Then I always talk about the hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day, which is a swing down here on the RSI while the price action swung up. Told me we should get a reversal. We got a bit of a cup with a handle here that popped to the upside. Now we flip on the moving averages. It's all about this 200 SMA. It's a big deal. Let's take a look at our daily. Our daily can't seem to get above the 200. Rejection from the 200, but holding above 27,200. So like you see, we're kind of in a trap. We are stuck. And I'll tell you, when the 21 and the 200 get tight, an explosive move can happen. This, to me, is what's called a bullish rectangle on the daily, period. When you have 5 candles straight closing above support, it's a big deal. It tells you you're likely going to get a move to the upside. That measured move takes you to 30,400, all right? 395 or 30,350. So these are key areas that we're watching for Bitcoin, all right, that we must pay attention to. And honestly, what I love about SR flips like this is when you get into a trade like this with the stop loss here, if we break through this, then it means that we're going to make probably a lower high and then dump lower. Like if you break this low, then the whole system is changed, you know? So that's why these are, you get what I'm saying? These are the best areas to open up trades. You risk the least and you have the most protection. And that's where you have the highest probability of winning, right? So like a trader, like someone like me who's been trading a long time, after you traded for a long time, you'll know when to put, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you'll know when to put more money into a trade and when not to put more money into a trade. For instance, you'll trade for 10, 5, 8 years, and you're like, oh yeah, those are the ones that usually play out the best. I'm going to double it. I'm instead of $4,000 on that one, I'm going to put 20 grand on that one or 10 grand on that one. You know what I mean? Again, you do whatever. I'm just going through my mental process, right? So I just think of, you know, that's the key. That's another key of being in the market. Never mind all the different price action I've seen. I know how to react to certain information. I've been getting this information for 15 years now, trading since I was 25. I'm 40 years old. So like this starts to become second nature for me. So look, rising wedges break up 68% of the time, and they break up the base of that triangle. So and then look, that matches our exact resistance moment right there, the measured move to 31,350. This could go parabolic, and I'm starting to see the beginnings of what's called a parabola. This is how parabolas begin to form with rising wedges, and it gets pretty crazy, right? We had one here, like we started to go parabolic here, and look, that was a rising wedge, see? Rising wedges begin the parabolic move. You cannot get a parabola without a rising wedge, right? That's how you get these parabolas and these shots to the upside, okay? Understanding how to trade the rising wedge will change your life. Understanding how to use the rising wedge in conjunction with stochastics RSI will also change your life. I have a video on that in my trading group, breaking it down. So the key is this. I'd like it to come back down, but no choice if you're late at this point. But that's the trade right there. You know what I mean? Stop loss somewhere in this vicinity, 3.58 risk reward ratio. See if we can come back down in the 4 hour and we can get the bottom of the channel one more time. But if it breaks out on retest too, you could miss it. So I like this setup. And what I love about this setup is if I get stopped out, I'd be so happy to get stopped out of this because it would negate the fact that this support didn't hold, that support was holding. You want key areas of your protective stop to get hit if that's, you know, so in my humble opinion, all right? And that's my trading style. You can pick up any trading style you want, right? I can risk a lot less and win a lot more over time by just being disciplined, okay? So this is what we're looking for Bitcoin. We want to see this. And again, if we can get back, if we break back above 28,000, literally 100, you know, this week here, 200, I mean, and we break that weekly resistance, So this is what I'm looking at. You could write this down. This is a trade right here. There's your stop. Entry is today. And there's our take profit up at 31,005, 31,480. Again, I could be wrong and we could get stopped out. Nothing is guaranteed. But I'll tell you what, in the last 14 days, about almost every single time I've posted something like this, it has played out. So you do whatever makes you happy. It doesn't mean this one's going to play out, but I've been extremely accurate. I get to say that because you can go through all my streams for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, really, and you can be like, wow, there was another call. There was another call. You can go through all my timestamps of Bitcoin. They're all timestamped. And then you can even go over the other coins that we talked about, like DNX, that was likely to break to the upside that I put out, and I actually traded. I'm still in DNX. Actually, let me see where it's at right now. This thing, I got in at 72 cents, and this thing boomed last night. Let's see what the high went. It was at 106 at one point, 108. You know, I even had this little flag. Could it continue to 123? It's actually going sideways. If Bitcoin can get a bit of a move here, DNX actually may continue out this very long consolidated flag here on the 7-minute time frame. And you can see it's following Bitcoin. Bitcoin was in this, came up, did that. Everything starts to basically follow through with the Bitcoin move, all right? You just take the length of this pole, same idea. I wouldn't trade this right now, personally. It's getting a little overbought on the bigger time frames, right? Your 4 hours very oversold. Yeah, your 22 still wants to move, though. That's what's... I'm in the trade, and I didn't get out of the trade because the 22 suggests that we could continue to the upside. It's interesting. A little bit of bearish div starting to form, though. Maybe there's one last rally to the upside before it's over. But anyway, I put out DNX on the bigger time frames here on that daily, and you can see it pumped off the 786 Fibonacci retracement, which is a key area of institutional support. They get in and they pump it to the upside. This thing was a beautiful move for the trading group. Shout out to anyone that jumped into DNX. All right. Bang, 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 badang. Okay. Moving forward. So Bitcoin, where do I see it going today? Where's my prediction? All right. I've been using this sauce, and this sauce has been pretty good. So now the daily, I take out this, and I have this in what looked to me almost was a descender, but it was a descending triangle. See, it was a symmetrical triangle. Now we broke out, and we're making a flag. Key insight here is to watch the 4-hour time frame flag out. This is going to be our ability to enter. 4-hour can create a daily entry. So remember, we just have to stay above 27,000. Really, this previous resistance has to hold the support, 27,228. That's all. That's all. That breaks, this whole situation changes. Okay? So this is all based on strong support. Now we watch the 4-hour. It could be doing one of two things. It could be making a falling wedge here. We don't know for sure. It come back down, hit the 21. Or it could be going sideways. Based on the stochastics, it will kind of tell us. And the stochastics are pretty high. All right? 6-hour, 8-hour, they're pretty overbought, telling us we need a bit of a pullback. But the 1 hour suggests, hey, we can go more sideways. A lot of wickage and a bit of an M pattern double top there. So the pattern doesn't look amazing. The wicks are horrible. Look at the wicks. They're just ridiculous, right? Let me get rid of my projection. And you got this curve down to the 200 SMA. So it's showing you some bearishness on the 1 hour because, look, you got rejected by a POC. You got a gap in the VRVP that you could easily come right back down into. And you have the 200 SMA lagging like we went to it last time. When the 21 starts to curve and you have the 200 lagging, it's likely you go to it. So I see mixed signals for Bitcoin. It looks like we're going sideways for most of the day. This would be beautiful if we did this. If we just kept going sideways for 8 hours straight, I come onto the live. So it looks like I could put an alert here. And it looks like when I go live tonight, we're pretty much in the same place. Completely sideways. Still digesting. People are still trying to attempting to digest the news. The unemployment news. It's great that people are losing less jobs, isn't it? It's a strong market. But the Fed doesn't want a strong market. They want a weak market so they can cut the rates. Like they think we need to lose jobs for them to cut the rates. Like, so if we keep gaining jobs, they're going to raise rates. They're going to pressure the market to see how much it can handle. I think they've already pressured the market, and these things come way too long in advance. It takes just too much time. So again, anything is possible, but this is we're in a different place. I'll tell you what, the bond market is in shambles. It's basically it's bellied up because the 10-year yield makes less than the 2-year yield. That's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to make less money on a shorter term bond than a longer term bond. That's the yield curve inverting. It's not a good sign. Whenever that happened, right? We've seen prices go down. It's not happening now. Prices are continuing to rise. Why? They're continuing to print money. We've never had so much money in this order. They're continuing to print it, right?
Where's your phone? Mama needs it to get into your eBay so she can buy me a costume.
I don't know, my love. I think it's in my room. I don't have it on me. I keep my phone away from me because it's a distraction, and I need to stay focused, my love. Okay? So shout out to everybody here on the live. Oh, I didn't get the music going on. That's the first time in a while. I feel weird today. I can't explain it. Every once in a while, you feel a little strange. So we're watching this flag. And I believe when I show up tonight at 8 p.m., Bitcoin is either more sideways. At that point, if the 1 hour is curving down, we may have a Barton Simpson on our hands. The key is, could the 15-minute get us a big move to the upside and push above resistance? That would be amazing, all right? I need my job to buy more Bitcoin. Makes sense, right? Of course. More money print. Actually, I can't tell you what to do with your money, so it's up to you. It makes sense to me, but it has to make sense to you, all right? I'm just loading up BOOKMAP right now. We're going to see what's happening. Still in the trade from 27.1 and hold. No panic. Just setting a stop. Exactly. I mean, that's a great entry, bro. That's a great entry. I should have kept a lot of my entries, but I was just, I was happy with the gains. And I'll show you as we continue to turn this money into more money on the futures exchange. And again, I'm not a big leverage trader. I just want to make it clear. I may trade leverage. Like I've taken $5,000 and turned it into $6,800. I'm not the best, greatest leverage trader in the world, right? I'm not like, I love trading spot. I am a great swing trader. I am great at picking out emerging technology. I am great at finding out what coin's about to pop and when. I'm super good at trading altcoins and finding out when they're likely going to make a move. That's really, my strategy is I can find you the right coins at the right time. I can find out the news. I can go to the exchanges. I know what exchanges have. You know what I mean? And so I took that strategy, started trading futures in March. All right, just so you know, I never traded leverage. I actually used to tell people not to trade leverage, and I would actually deter people from trading leverage. I would say you don't need it because I had made, I'd made my money without ever trading leverage. I got out of the rat race, became financially free, and I never touched a piece of leverage. So I'm just a true person that teaches people what I've done in my life. So I will tell you right now, I did not make millions of dollars trading leverage. I want to make that really clear. You know what I mean? I find leverage is just another tool to take money out of the market. Let's just say I really want Phantom. I don't want Phantom right now, but I'm just saying, let's just say I really want GFAL, a coin that I really do want. And I want, I don't want to go into my bank account for it. I can trade leverage. See this $1,800 I made? I can send that back to my account, and I can use that to buy GFAL. So I can use my leverage trading skills to gain long-term bags. Then I can put 1,800 in GFAL and then watch that 50x. Then I can turn the $1,800 into almost 100,000, right? But I made it leverage trading. So I love taking things from the it. What I mean by that is I like never going back in. If I had a big bank account with 10 grand, I have this I get an adrenaline rush from seeing if I could turn instead of going to get money for GFAL, I tell myself, can you make the $1,800 to put in GFAL leverage trading, right? And so what it does is it gives me a desire, it gives me a goal, and it makes me leverage trade better because I have a meaning for what I'm going to do with the profits. Oh yeah, I'm going to make, and then once I check off $2,000 of GFAL, I go to another coin that I'm looking for, right? Maybe Zen, maybe something else, and then I leverage trade again with that in mind, build another bag. And that way you can take $5,000 and turn it into $500,000. How? Well, you took the $5,000, turned it into 6,800, bought GFAL. Take the $5,000, turn it into $7,000, bought another coin. If you do that 5 or 10 times, right, you now have $2,000 in these longer term positions. You're still on and then what the great about it is you have long-term goals set up. You're still leverage trading on the day-to-day. So you're still a day trader, swing trader on the day-to-day, but you also have big bags waiting for your big moves in the bull run, right? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. I'm just teaching you how I do how I do it. This is how I do it. Everyone else, other guys, you'll see them, they're throwing big money on leverage trading. They're making $100,000 and you might get excited. My money is made on the low. You don't see my money. You don't see when I'm making $500,000, $300,000, $400,000, because that's going to take 2 to 3 years, and I'm building big time positions. So and this is what I teach in my trading group. It's more than just a day-to-day technical analysis. I teach you how to search, how to look, how to research, and how to find coins that matter. All right. That's important. Very, very important. I just want to reiterate that because that's how I plan on making another, a few, at least a few million in the next bull run or more. And that's kind of, that's my strategy. And I'm sticking to it. So I like this. I want to see this come back down. This would be great if the 1 hour reset us. So it wouldn't even be that bad if we did reset back to the bottom of the pattern. This would be a beautiful, because if we can get here, it's a little closer to to this area, which takes away risk and gives you a perfect entry. So I'm looking if we can get back down to the bottom of this channel, reset on the 1 hour. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Reset on the 1 hour time frame. And I'm just looking at the futures here. I don't know why, but it's just because when I trade futures, I like to look at my levels on the futures account, right? Sorry, it's so small. But what I'm looking for is this. An entry somewhere at 27,670, 27.7. That would be so beautiful. All right. Maybe likely not going to happen, right? As 27.2 is very, it's 27.70. Yeah, I'm looking for this area here, right here. I'm looking for here or here. These two areas are key. I'd love to see this drop down, wick, touch the 200. That would be a beautiful entry for me. So I'm looking, that's my trade really I'm looking for. If we get that sometime during the day, oh my gosh, I'm all over it. So what I do there is you can go to Bitcoin, all right? Type in BTC.P, get the perp, get the MEXC perp contract, set your lines up here, right? And what I'll do is I'll set up the same trade. And in this area, I'll set an alert right here. And you can just see this line. You can just set an alert right there. Alert on Bitcoin perp. See that dotted line now. When price hits it, I'll get an alert. I can also put a vertical line. That way, we as long as price goes to the right, which I know it's going to happen, it's going to hit and then I can get ready. So this is beautiful. If the 1 hour, if the 4 hour can reset or the 1 hour, the 15. It's interesting how the 15-minute wants to rip. So there's a chance that this can pump too. The chance we pump out of this today too. Like my man Juice WRLD's been saying in the trading group, and shout out to Juice WRLD, man. You've been doing amazing. I got to shout you out, bro. God bless you, man. I guess I'm the cool guy, right? So when I shout people out, they get excited. I consider myself just a regular nobody, you know what I mean? I'm just one of y'all, right? But I do realize the impact I have, because I remember when I was in a trading group, if the head of the trading group even just wrote to me, I used to get excited. I'd be like, wow, man, he recognized me. Now, Juice WRLD, you seem like you don't care, but I'm not trying to. This is getting too far. All I want to mean is, all I'm saying is I love y'all, man, and yeah, if I can shout you out and it's a cool thing to do, then I will. I love you, Juice WRLD. You're doing great. You are very high risk management. I mean, this is, I did the math here. He did 200x leverage, 988, right? Now, this move, absolutely insane. If you think about it, right? An amazing call. The thing is, I don't know if I could pull this off, right? Because I know this liquidation. If you get in at 27,911 and you go in with 200x leverage, he made 139%, 988, right? So we do the math. We go back, let's say 50%, 450. So that means he's in for 300 bucks, right? 500 bucks about, right? Because 100% he would have made 5. Then another 39%, he made 488. No, so he's in for 600 bucks, it looks like. Right? Something like that. And now, if Bitcoin had moved maybe 20 bucks, he would have lost $600, really fast. So this is a very high risk trade. You must know exactly what you're doing. I wouldn't attempt that much money at 200. Maybe I would. It depends. But you have to pull the trigger and be in and out immediately. I know how hard that is. So that's that takes extreme discipline to pull off. And I can only imagine, for me, I would have had to lost a lot to figure out how to do that, over time. Or I would use small amounts at 200x leverage. But I just don't want to push beginners into 200x. That dude knows what he's doing, all right? That dude knows what he's doing. So, but shout out to you, man. God bless you, brother. That's intense. God bless you. What has Juice been trading today, right? He has so many grails. I know, it's crazy, right? That's a snipe. I've been waiting since 3 a.m. this morning, and Juice WRLD has been nailing trades all day and night. I know, it's crazy. Dude's been up all night long, right? $700 about, right? Yeah. No, he didn't. No, you don't use your entire account at all. No, his entire account's like, he's a whale, man. He was talking about trading 80 Bitcoins, bro. Like, he was like, yeah, I usually going for 80 Bitcoins, you know? I was like, oh, just 80 bits, you know, just a quick 80 bits, right? How to join the Discord. It's so simple. Go to CryptoLifer.com. CryptoLifer.com. It's so simple. And jump on in. Hit that join today right now. Hit join today right now and jump on in. Secure, easy. All right? Jump into the trading group today. Take that first step. Join the newsletter too. We'd greatly appreciate that. I have 100x long XRP when it went to 90 cents with $5 and made $200. It was awesome. I 100x long when it went to 90 cents with $5 and made $2. That's pretty fun. My mentor from afar, I love you, Sammy. You're changing my life with your positive influence. Shout out to Alex Smart. God bless you. Shout out to Mr. Albatross. Yeah. Shout out to Tyler Lambries. What's off, Liper? Remember me. I'll only remember the blessings, man. So God bless you, brother. You could open up a trade at 50x and then increase it when you're above another support level. That's also true. Maybe he did that. That's also true. I never realized that. That's a good point. Like, you open it up at a smaller leverage and then raise the entry as you go into hotness. That could be hot, right? Okay. So watch this 15-minute. It may plow ahead. I think it's highly unlikely. Even if the Stokes come back up, we're hitting a resistance point. We can't seem to get back above 28,000. We had that crazy spike last night up to 28,430. Beautiful move. And that's really was the last big trade that I was into. So, whoa, let's go, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. But Juice WRLD, you're out of control, man. Out of control, man. Very impressed. Super excited to see you just banging on them to the upside. I'm amazed, man. I'm amazed. Look at this one. This one, he did another one. This one's amazing. 6%, $187. Nailed the short, right? 5 in the morning. I don't know when he went to bed. This dude was up all night. Stas also doing amazing. He made $200 on a 7x long on YGG. Let's talk about YGG. Is YGG going to continue to the upside or not? That's one thing I'm looking at. So that's my Bitcoin update, really. I'd love it to come back down to the bottom of this channel. I'd like it to reset, right? And get bacon on that beach, baby. I'd like the 4-hour to possibly come back down on us. We got some wicks in the 4-hour. Look at that wick. We got some wicks. We got some sell pressure on the 4-hour time frame. Can it send us lower? And remember, if we lose 27.2, the whole story's wrapped. That's probably going to be a good short, and then we may even lose the rising wedge. All right. So, just we're giving you all the info that you need every single day here, from the weekly to the daily, to the bigger to the smaller time frames. Look, this is that rising wedge. We gave you the measured move. Talked about that we want to come back down. Then we zoomed in. There's a lot going on. All right. And actually, yeah, I put that in here. And we can do this. We want to see this come back down. And then I basically went over the idea that I see us in this green box when I come up here tonight at 8 p.m. I do a live show at 8 p.m. If you remix Juice WRLD to the moon, fitting song. If you like remix Juice WRLD to the moon, thank you. I love to see the group thriving. I regret the day I left not long ago, but I take a break from trading, and now I'm ready. Honda, man, we love you, man. Hey, man, God has a plan for everybody, bro. When you leave things, it lets you know how much you want them back. So, I think that's just a blessing, bro. And God bless you for coming back if you come back. Price will suck up into that next high volume node, I hope. Into here, right? At the 28,350. It's possible, but we're getting rejected. And look, that's a red line. That's a POC on the 1-hour time frame. So, all legs, stats, and juice been handling business. Shout out to them, yep. I'm about to short XRP on the 9X with $70 from 53 cents. Price will suck up into that X high volume node, I hope. The man did not go to bed. Lifer, is the rapture coming? I don't know, man. All I know is if the rapture is coming, I'm ready and prepared. I have a great relationship with God, and I'm not scared, man. So I don't live in fear. All right? Never live in fear, baby. Never live in fear. Funny, he got a cup and handle now, too, on what time frame is that? Cup and handle on the 1 hour. So he's looking at this as a possible cup and handle. It could be. It's a bit of a stretch. But let's take a look. I love being open-minded. Yeah, I mean, this could possibly be a cup with a handle. It's a little jagged, though. You know what I mean? 1 hour does want to make a move. Let's see what BOOKMAP says. Shout out to everybody here on a beautiful Saturday morning. I would not want to do anything else but kick it with my lifers. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Our community is strong. The love is strong. The frequency is high. And the vibes are great, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So let's take a look here. We got a big area of liquidity all the way down. All right? All the way down to about 27,150. Like, they almost want to break that area of support that we got going on. But they also have this liquidity upside, and this is darker, redder, and a little closer, about the same, a little further away, but darker. Suggests that we could go further to the upside. Remember, BOOKMAP is not 100%. You don't do everything, but it can help you just add to your confluence, what you're looking at in the trades. BOOKMAP shows you where the liquidity is. This is a heat map order book showing us where the actual money is in cryptocurrency. And we can tell that there's orders up here and below. There's a big order down here, though. A big, mighty order. Let's see how big he is. 27.2. I mean, that's our level. We're likely to bounce from that level. That's, So I'd like a pullback and a bounce. That's what I'm looking for. It looks like it could possibly happen. We do have the liquidity there. And then 28,500. We got a big old bar of sell pressure. That's 600 Bitcoins wanted to be sold. This is about 800 Bitcoins wanted to be bought. So the battle continues for BOOKMAP. It's not as accurate on the weekends because there's just less people and less retail. So you have less steps to climb. What I mean by steps is there's a bunch of orders. They can go up those steps, right? There's more liquidity. There's just less volume today. All right. I'm always with God. I'm relaxed. Amen. Exactly. If the worst thing ever happens to me, I will hold in my soul and know that God has me, and I can leave my body and I can live inside of my mind. Like, I have taken control of who I am and where I am and what I am. And no one can make me feel a certain way, or I do not play victim. If I'm driving down the street and someone yells and screams and puts their finger up to me, it doesn't exist to me. I just keep walking. It's like, I don't even know. It's like low frequency behavior. Just once you raise your vibration, it's literally almost, it is impossible to interact with lower frequency behavior. You can't feel it. You can't see it. And that's why when people are scheming, the people can see that they're doing it. Like, and then they try to make all these reasons like, oh, and they try to like give you disinformation. And it's like, dude, I can see the frequency, my man. Like, I don't need to even have discussions. Like, we don't need to have words. I can see how you are vibrating, and you are not vibrating at the right frequency. And I can feel it. It's all on you. Like, I can see how you're moving. People that aren't vibrating at the right frequency, they can't see it. They just can't even see it. They're painted red. They're bright red walking around. It's like, I can see that person from far away, man. And I'm not saying you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can definitely judge a book by its vibrations. All right? And people put out vibrations. The more sensitive you become to life, the more you're going to be able to feel these things and know. And that's how you're going to be able to, like, I run a company. I can tell who I have to get rid of in the company and who I want to keep, based on what's going on, their vibration. Eventually, the vibration doesn't sit right. And I'm like, you know what? This person doesn't, it's not, we've had, so far, in my group, we've had 3 people in my company that didn't work out. Like, we brought them in, but we had to let them go. They didn't vibrate at the right frequency for the trading for my company, right? It is what it is. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. One last thing. So that's my Bitcoin update for today. I see us going sideways into the green box, and then we'll see where we stand tonight. The chance the 15-minute could give us a big break to the upside here. There's a chance, And the key is the market probably isn't going to move too fast either. So there's a chance someone may want to take a little, you could take a little. That's a 3 to 6 risk reward ratio. Stop loss could be a 2.683. And, it's chintzy. It's likely. There's a chance. You get above that high volume, there's a chance. So that's a possible trade right there with a target at 28,892. Am I going to take the trade? Maybe if my tune changes. Right now, I don't feel it, though. The more it vibrates, the less work for me. Exactly. I don't know what he means, but I guess. Nice one, Sam. Thanks so much. Don't trade. Monday is banking holiday. Yeah, remember. Oh, yeah, Monday is a banking holiday. Columbus Day, right? So that's also going to throw off, If it pumps today, it'll come back during the week. Indigenous Peoples Day. Amazing. I wish you could play Stakes is High by De La Soul right now. Fitting song for the conversation. I wish I could too, but it's copyright infringement, right? So then I'll eventually just get a slap. It's not a big slap. It's really just they get to monetize the video, but, you know. You're going to be live for the weekly candle close. Yes, I am live every single Sunday night at 8 p.m., of course. Yeah, I won't leave you high and dry. That's what I'll be doing. Let's take a look at YGG, and then I'm out of here for the day. Wow, that thing went to a high of 26. Came back to 25. It did pump. Look, I put out this little flag for everyone. Talked about it, making a move. It made the move. So, bang, 4%. Again, it still made 4%. Didn't lose, right? It's getting into a bearish div. The 1 hour does want to push. So, look, I mean, the 1 hour is suggesting this thing could continue. But you start to get a bearish divergence. You want to see this kind of roll over, you know. Another move to the upside that we had ever since back here. I put out YGG. Look, YGG is up nicely. 42%. Bang, right? And I teach you this. It had hidden bullish divergence. If you look at the big picture, it was at the Sammy Cup and Hattie to the upside. You pull a fib, you're going to get a 786 retracement. You got above the point of control, you were gone. You can likely get through this gap to the VRVP up at 34 cents. Interesting to me, you look at your bigger time frames, like the 22 and the daily. The 22 suggests that we got some more legs to the upside here on the stochastics RSI. See that? Stochastic RSI pushing to the upside. One of my favorite indicators. Tells you where the momentum is coming, waning or wanting. You know? Pretty awesome. So listen, I'm a self-made millionaire, all right? I'm going to say that to you, all right? I'm a disciplined man. I spend most of my time with my wife and my kids. I don't go out drinking. I don't go out with the boys, you know? I don't go on, bachelor parties. I've never been on a bachelor party to Las Vegas. I don't do that stuff, all right? I don't do strip clubs. It's not my thing. People would try to invite me when I was in Houston. I don't like degrading women. I got 2 daughters and a twin sister and an older sister. I was surrounded by women my whole life, man. How can I be a real person and degrade women, right? I mean, some people like that stuff, right? That's their life. I don't want to put anyone down for any reason. I don't know where this preaches is coming from, but I just want to let you guys know that I did it. I took my life from 0 to 60. I can travel anywhere in the world. I can do whatever really I desire now. And you know what I do? I desire to stay disciplined and teach. Not to go crazy, not to buy fancy cars, not to wild out, right? And I'll tell you, once you could buy anything you want, you won't want to buy anything at all, right? You want to just help other people. Like if your frequency is aligned properly, you'll ask yourself, like, what am I going to do with all this money that I'm going to make? And flash it in front of everyone, you know? I don't know. It's just, I want to help you stay aligned. Because I believe everyone on this chat right now is destined to make millions of dollars. And this bull run is going to come. And if you're in crypto right now, your life is going to change. Trust me, your life is going to change. Just like mine did. You saw mine change, you know? And so I want you to stay aligned. I want you to have the good frequency. I want you to keep working out. I want you to stay family orientated. I want you to keep the love. I want you to have a good relationship with God. You know, I want to mentor you in the best way possible, so that when you become successful, you get to use it in the best way possible. And you really, really spread that love. Because I truly know I'm making people are turning into millionaires, man. People are turning into 100,000. People are learning how to make gains in this trading group. And, you know, success comes from the frequency in which we push out. Not just dollar bills and look how big we are. Look at all this money, you know. So when you do make it, because you're going to make it. I'm telling you right now, you're in the right place at the right time. You're going to make it. Just keep yourself aligned. The devil will come for you when you start making a lot of money. You'll get tempted. You'll be able to do things you couldn't do before. Right? I could hire, you know what I mean? You know, the imagination goes wild. I could blow $5,000 a night on something ridiculous. You know what I mean? Just use your imagination. But I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to pray to God that I don't do things like that and I stay safe. So remember, when you start making money, there's going to be new challenges ahead of you, and I want to keep you aware of that. And that's why your frequency and your desires And your vibration is so important, because if you can maintain that, no matter how much money's coming at you, no matter what's going on in your life, you will remain humble, you will remain close to God, and you will realize that you are nothing but dirt, and you will go back to the dirt, and you will then go back to God and your soul, and like, that is it. And your money doesn't make you. You make you. Your vibration makes you. Your ability to connect to others makes you. Your ability to shine makes you. Your ability to raise everyone around you up. That is the key. If every one of us helped every one of us out and pushed, if every time you met someone, you raised them up, you built them up, you got them to feel good about themselves, right? That's how you can change the world. That's how we can change the space. That's how we can do big things. So, stay aligned, everybody. It's so important. Stay aligned. All right? Stay aligned. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you all. I could pass today or tomorrow. You never know. This could be the last day of my life. You know, and I don't mean to be morbid. I just, I want to let you guys know that I care and I love everyone here. And I'm just so grateful for everything in my life, everyone. And I have so much gratitude. So, man, I love you all, and I have so much gratitude for this moment in time right now, this present moment that we all share right now, right here. And by being present, we can dominate the future. We worry too much about the future, we can't stay present. So remember, whenever I'm getting worried, whenever I'm getting into my head, whenever things are going, shout out to Vitality with the gifted memberships. God bless you. Whenever I get into that place, I just want to stay in a state of gratitude, you know. So, and honestly, without everyone here, let's be honest, I started with 3 people watching me. 3 people, everyone. And I got to where I'm at today, and like, it's because of each and every one of you. It's not, you know, I showed up, but each and every one of you showed up. Like, I see names that have been here for years. And I see people that have, like, I was with Master Friend. He gave me like 5 hours of his time last night, 4 hours of his time. And we went over all his ideas. And like, I am so blessed. And I know I'm so blessed. And it's way more than monetary value. It's something I never thought I would get. So, sorry to break down right now. I always want to be in that moment. And I want to keep realizing how blessed I am and how special this channel is and how special the moments that we get to share together are. You know, I lost my father, and, you know, there's days when I think back, like, you know, we never know who we're going to lose or what's going to happen in our lives. So I really, really, there's no words that could truly express my gratitude. I don't have it. It doesn't exist, you know, because I could never really explain the metamorphosis that I went through. But I just want to know, I want you all to know, like, if all I can say is thank you, that's all I can say. But you know, thank you so much. Someone put out in the group, I want to see your outlook on Area. Yeah, I put out Area already. It looked nice to me. It's a setup that I posted to the trading group, and it looks possible. Let's see, though. Did it get a sell-off here? What's going on? I'm watching it closely at this level. See? It's just been respecting this trend line. Dipped a little bit, but it's still respecting the trend line. See? And so I want to see it get a bounce here. It got oversold on the 4-hour. The 12-hour could get a bounce too. So, like, this is the trade right here. There's the stop loss. There's the take profit. And we're just watching Area, man. Yeah. Boss, any tread. I don't know what that means. Trend, you mean? Boss, any tread. Thank you, Sam. You bless us every day. Hola, lifers. Shout out to WizTree, man. Every decade we stay alive, there are a lot higher chances of medical breakthroughs, lifer. I know, right? Love you, Sammy. Last night was a dream come true. Thank you, Master Friend. I love you, man. You do a great job. Talk about spinning hay into gold. That's you, Sammy. Thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. My wife is coming to kick me off. And I appreciate you all for jumping on into the live. We come for the Crypto TA. We stay for the man. God bless you all. Everyone, thank you so much for your love, your constant support, and your gratitude. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. God bless.